Hello children, how are you doing? I'm sure you are learning plus you are also focusing on the comprehension skills. Children, you must be aware that with the growing population, how villages are growing into towns, towns are growing into cities. And for this, we need space. Well, humans have always been cutting trees to make more space for us to live. But ponder upon this question, it is really required or not? जितनी हमें जगह चाहिए, अगर हम उसके लिए उतने ही पेड़ काट रहे हैं, तो क्या उसकी भरपाई करनी भी ज़रूरी है? आइए ऐसी ही एक कहानी पढ़ें. Unit 3, The Wise Men of Ramnagar. Once upon a time, there was a village called Ramnagar. It was quite a large village and it lay near a wide river. The land was rich and fertile and the people who lived there were very happy and wealthy. बच्चों, एक गांव था जो एक नदी के किनारे था. अब जो यहाँ की ज़मीन थी वो बहुत ही फर्टाइल थी. फर्टाइल हियर मीन्स बहुत ही उपजाऊ, जिसमें कुछ भी बो तो वो अच्छे से उग जाएगा. So first new word for us today is fertile land. और यहाँ के लोग भी अच्छे खासे कमाने वाले थे, पैसे वाले थे. So here we've used the word wealthy to describe such people. Wealthy. They had no enemies and lived peacefully. They troubled no one and no one troubled them. 10 miles away from the village there was a town. One day the people of the town held a meeting. All the townsfolk gathered in the marketplace. The people of the town were going to discuss a new plan for a road. The road was going to be built between their town and another town, about 20 miles away. A large map of the area was bought and soon a route was worked out. The people decided how they were going to spend on building the road. बच्चों, अब एक प्लान फोकस में लाया जा रहा था जो एक टाउन से दूसरे टाउन के बीच एक रोड को लेकर था. उसके लिए लोगों ने मीटिंग की और देखा कि अब हम वो रोड कैसे बनाएं और क्या किया जा सकता है. Following this meeting, work was started on the road. As soon as the work began, the news reached the people of Ramnagar. Some of the villagers got together and went to find out more about the new road. When they got to the town, they went straight to the office of the district officer. There, they had a look at the map. अब जब उन गांव वालों को इस बारे में पता चला तो वो सीधे डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफिसर के ऑफिस तक पहुंच गए. डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफिसर एक वो इंचार्ज होता है जो पूरे टाउन की देखरेख करता है. वहाँ उन्होंने जो मैप था, जो नक्शा था, उस पर एक नज़र डाली. The villagers went back to Ramnagar and called a meeting. One of the men who had seen the map said, "People of Ramnagar, today some of us saw the map of the new road. It is going to pass close to our village. It will go through some of our best fields and they will be destroyed. What shall we do to stop this road?" गांव वालों को पता चल गया था कि वो जो रोड बनने वाली थी वो कहाँ से गुजरने वाली थी. जो उनके बेस्ट फील्ड्स थे, जो सबसे अच्छे खेत थे, सबसे उपजाऊ खेत थे, वो रोड, वो जो सड़क थी वहीं से गुजरने वाली थी और इसके कारण वो अब डिस्ट्रॉय होने वाली थी, यानी कि पूरे तबाह होने वाले थे वो अच्छे अच्छे सुंदर सुंदर खेत. इस बात को लेकर सब लोग चिंता में पड़ गए. The villagers were very angry. They sat in the meeting for 3 whole days. At last they thought of a plan. अब क्योंकि बहुत ही चिंता का विषय था, उन्होंने अपना एक प्लान बना डाला. A week after the meeting, a man from the town came to Ramnagar. When he got to the village, he saw a great crowd of people beside the river. The man from town was curious. Children, Here the meaning of curious is when somebody is eager to know something. जब हम कुछ चीज़ जानने के बहुत ही इच्छुक हों, उसके लिए वर्ड यूज होता है curious. He went over to where the people had gathered. He squeezed through the crowd and saw an amazing sight. There were 7 men standing on one bank of the river and 7 men on the other. They were holding a thick rope which stretched across the river. In the middle, someone had tied a cup. जब एक शहर वाला आदमी वहाँ पहुँचा, क्या देखा उसने? 7 लोग जो एक नदी है उसके एक किनारे हैं और बाकी 7 नदी की दूसरी तरफ. वहाँ उन्होंने एक रस्सी से दोनों किनारों को जोड़ा हुआ था. लोगों ने उसे पकड़ा था और बीच में एक कप बांधा था उस रस्सी के बिल्कुल बीचों बीच. Like the way you can see in this picture here. The way it has stretched, and this was the cup hanging. What are they doing? Asked the man. They are taking water out of the river, replied a woman standing close by. With the cup? Asked the man. वो आदमी देख के चौंक गया कि अगर नदी से पानी निकालना हो तो क्या एक कप को यूज करके निकालेंगे? ऐसे में तो बहुत समय लग जाएगा. Oh yes, replied the woman. But it will take hours to get a bucket full, said the man. एक बाल्टी यानी कि एक बकेट फुल निकालने के लिए ही कई घंटे लगेंगे अगर सिर्फ एक कप को इस्तेमाल किया जाए. आगे देखते हैं इस प्लान में क्या हुआ. Yes, said the woman. It is slow, but we always get water out of the river like this. It's a slow way, but it always works. The man from the town was very surprised indeed. He scratched his chin and said to himself, "These people are all mad." When he got back to the town, he told all his friends about what he had seen in the village. All his friends laughed and laughed. जब वो आदमी वापस अपने दोस्तों के पास शहर गया, उसने ये बात उन्हें बताई और वो उस पर हंसने लगे. किसी को यकीन ही नहीं हुआ. One or two of the man's friends just could not believe the people could be so stupid. So the next day, 2 of them trotted off to Ramnagar to see for themselves. अब जब उन्हें इस बात का यकीन ही नहीं हुआ तो 2 और लोग यही बात कंफर्म करने के लिए और देखने के लिए उस रिवर के पास दोबारा गए कि क्या ये बात सच्ची थी. When they arrived at the village, they found a huge crowd of people round a tree. The trunk of the tree was nearly 2 meters wide. 2 men were busily working on the trunk. Each had a small penknife in his hand and was cutting the wood. They were working so hard that the sweat was pouring off their foreheads. बच्चों, अब जब 2 लोग वहाँ गए तो उन्हें रिवर नहीं मिली. अब क्या उन्होंने देखा कि कुछ लोग एक बहुत ही बड़े से चौड़े से पेड़ के तरफ खड़े हैं, उसके आसपास खड़े हैं और उसे काटने की पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं. बल्कि एक बड़ी आरी से नहीं, एक छोटी सी पेन नाइफ से. अब क्योंकि वो इतनी छोटी सी पेन नाइफ से उसे काट रहे थे तो बहुत ही मेहनत लग रही थी. इतनी मेहनत कि उनका पसीना बह रहा था. The sweat was pouring off their foreheads. What are they doing? Asked one of the men from the town. They are cutting down the tree, replied one of the villagers. Can't you see? With pen knives? Asked the townsman. Yes, said a villager in the crowd. We always cut down trees with pen knives. But it will take a year or 2, said the townsman. Yes, replied the villager. It is slow, but it is a good method. It always works. तो विलेजर ने फिर वैसा ही जवाब दिया जैसे कि एक बहुत ही आम बात हो कि हम तो ऐसे ही पेड़ काटते हैं एक छोटी सी पेन नाइफ से, भले ही उसमें जितना वक्त लग जाए, पर यहाँ तो ऐसा ही है, सब कुछ ऐसा ही स्लो है और ऐसा ही चलता है. The men from the town were quite astonished. Children, it is quite obvious here that the meaning of the word astonished is amazed or surprised. दोनों चीज़ें देखकर वो बहुत ही आश्चर्यचकित थे या हैरान थे. So the word new that's for us is astonished. They went back to their town. Soon the news about the villagers and their odd behavior spread like wildfire. बच्चों, जब वो टाउन के दो लोग वापस गए और उन्होंने विलेजर्स की ये दो इंस्टेंस, इन दो घटनाओं के बारे में बताया, तो ये बात हर जगह जंगल की आग की तरह फैल गई. इसके लिए हम एक्सप्रेशन यूज़ करते हैं स्प्रेड लाइक वाइल्ड फायर. और ये अजीब व्यवहार के लिए एक और अच्छा सा वर्ड यूज़ किया गया है, ऑड बिहेवियर. सो वी विल अंडरलाइन दीज टू, ऑड बिहेवियर एंड स्प्रेड like wildfire. The people of Ramnagar are quite mad, the townsfolk said. The news even reached the district officer. उन लोगों ने तो ये घोषित कर दिया कि रामनगर के लोग थोड़े से अजीब और पागल हैं. What's all this about? asked the district officer. Are the people of Ramnagar really mad? Yes, indeed they are, replied his chief clerk. They take water out of the river with a cup and they cut down trees with pen knives. They are quite crazy. So here the word quite crazy means who have lost their senses, who behave in an odd manner. Quite crazy or mad. Are they dangerous? asked the district officer nervously. अब district officer भी confused हो गए थे कि आखिर बात क्या है. I don't know, said the clerk. The following day the district officer and a few of the other important people of the town went to Ramnagar to find out more. When they got there, they saw a long line of women walking to and from a large anthill. Each woman was carrying a basket. The first woman in the line stepped up to this anthill and took an ant from the moist earth. Then she put the ant in her basket and carried it away. अब जब डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफिसर ने सोचा इस बात का पता लगाना पड़ेगा कि वहाँ के लोग ऐसे बिहेव क्यों कर रहे हैं या वो हैं ही ऐसे, तो वो खुद उस गांव में गए और उन्होंने क्या देखा बच्चों कि कुछ औरतें एक एंट हिल जो चींटियों का घर होता है वहाँ पर खड़ी हैं और एक एक एंट को, एक एक चींटी को अपनी बास्केट में डाल रही हैं. ये भी ऑड था. What are they doing? asked the astonished district officer. They are carrying away ants, replied a man standing nearby. Why? asked the district officer. Because ants are very dangerous, said the man. They eat everything. We must carry them away. But one in each basket? cried the district officer. That's ridiculous. So he was also taken aback. He was astonished. ऐसे कौन करता है एक एक चींटी को एक एक बास्केट में डालना? That's why the expression used is that's ridiculous, which is hard to believe, on which you feel like laughing. That's called ridiculous. We always do it that way, replied the man. It's slow, but it's a good method. It always works. तो विलेजर ने वैसा ही सेम आंसर दिया जो हर बार वो दे रहे थे. When the district officer returned to the town, he called a meeting. I have been to Ramnagar, he announced. The people there are quite mad. They take water out of the river with a cup. They cut down trees with penknives. They carry away ants one by one. They are lunatics. Don't go near them. So the district officer also declared them crazy or mad, or you can also call lunatic for such behavior. So here we learnt another new word which is a synonym of mad or crazy, lunatic. But sir, said one of the secretaries, our new road is going to go right past Ramnagar. Then change the plan, wrote the district officer. We shall build the road along the top of the hill. It must not be constructed near the village. तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफिसर ने अनाउंस कर दिया, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए हम उस विलेज से नहीं गुजरेंगे, वो रोड वहाँ से नहीं जाएगी, चाहे उसके लिए प्लान ही चेंज क्यों ना करना पड़े. So the road was built along the top of the hill and did not go anywhere near Ramnagar. The people of the village plowed their fields and went back to an undisturbed way of life. They were not mad at all. They were very wise. तो बच्चों, विलेजर्स की सूझबूझ और चालाकी से बिना लड़े उन्होंने अपनी बात मनवा ली और उनका प्लान कामयाब हुआ. तो अंत में वो रोड वहाँ से नहीं निकली और ना ही उनके विलेज को किसी ने डिस्टर्ब किया. So, at the end we understood that these people were not crazy. In fact, they were quite clever and wise. Here in the story we learned the power of brain, the power of wisdom, that without using weapons we can get many things get done. I hope you enjoyed this interesting story and understood it also. Do revisit it again and attempt the exercises given.